Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and today I'm going to talk, it's a general topic, not about a particular model, but a general topic that comes up a lot when we sell massage chairs to our customers. What do we need to do to maintain the chair? Like, you know, when you buy a car, you got to do an oil change, you got to do a tune-up, you got to check the tires. There's all these little things you got to do to maintain your car. Well, you don't have to do that with a massage chair. The biggest thing that we could suggest that you do with your massage chair is keep it clean. And there's a couple of things you can do to do that. First of all, you can just use a gentle, as a matter of fact, use a very gentle cleaner. As a matter of fact, if there's a cleaner for some synthetic leather, I would get, if you've got something in a store near you, get some kind of cleaner for synthetic leather. The problem is if the cleaning, we've talked in another video about how the synthetic leather, the vinyl or whatever you want to call it, that faux leather, it can have a tendency to degenerate and fall apart, like disintegrate over the years. And if you use a chemical, a strong chemically based cleaner, that will accelerate that degeneration of the tissue. So, or the tissue, I'm a chiropractor now, I'm talking like a chiropractor. It'll accelerate the degeneration and the breakdown of the material. So use a real gentle cleaner. A high water base is not great because the high water content will dry out the synthetic leather as well as real leather. And by the way, if you've got a real leather chair, use a leather cleaner. And the Luraco, you know, is a leather chair, and it comes with a cleaner when you buy the chair. It's a gift from Luraco. But so you can keep it clean with your with a rag and a synthetic leather cleaner. In the meantime, until you have that, you can just use water and a gentle dish soap, something like that, and a pretty dilute, and then wipe it down. And it cleans it up really good. Like you might get some like food stains or whatever. You don't know who's sitting on your chair. I got kids and grandkids, and I'm always finding something stuck on the armrest, and it's pretty easy to clean. Now the other thing is over time, these calf wells will start to accumulate dust. And I don't know if you can see it in any of these, but usually when you look inside the calf wells, I think we had this recently, well, you can see like sand, granular sand down inside the calf wells, but if you go in there, you should never go in it with your shoes. That's one thing you can do to maintain your chair. Don't wear shoes when you're in there, because that'll wear down the linen. But whether you have stocking feet, bare feet, or shoe, there's like granules of whatever you stepped in that are going to fall into the wells of the chair. And over time, it becomes quite thick. And I remember when we first started this store, I hadn't cleaned out the calf wells for a long time. And one day I was putting a customer in the calf well, and I saw this accumulation of garbage. It was like dandruff or something all over the inside of the calf well. It was horrible. So we bought a little vacuum cleaner. It's still here in the back, but it's got a long wand so you can vacuum the calf wells. But it's not just because it looks dirty, because you won't even see some of it in there. But what happens is some of that granular sand or dust or dirt gets inside the linen. And then when the rollers start working on your feet and rolling your feet through the linen, that linen will wear out, and that can create a breakdown of the linen material. So that's another thing that you want to be really careful with. In terms of the function of the chair, you don't really ever need to grease it or oil it or anything like that. There may come a time where you've got some squeaking going on and it's not a part that needs to be replaced. It might just be some friction that's being caused by the chair from the use of it. But the technicians typically use white lithium grease. Don't use formula, what is that, W9, what is it called? WD-40. W9, that's a payroll tax thing. But the WD-40, don't use that, and don't use regular, car or auto oil or anything like that, or equipment oil. You want to use white lithium grease. But what I would recommend you do before you do that is contact the massage chair company to let them know what the problem is, or contact us so we can open a ticket for you with the company, with the massage chair company, and they can tell you if it needs some greasing or not. And if you can do it yourself, great. If you need a technician, we can send out a technician to do it for you. But the white lithium grease is the lubricant of choice for massage chairs. Now, that reminded me of something else I wanted to mention, and now I'll probably forget about it. That's what happens when you get old, you forget about stuff. But the... Oh, don't use a chair. Okay, if you use your chair a lot each day, and people that have come to rely on their chairs, they'll use them like a couple hours a day. The problem is if you use them in succession, because most of the program is only 30 minutes. If you're using it 30 minutes after 30 minutes after 30 minutes, you're going to see or hear possibly grinding inside your chair, and you're going to think, oh, something's wrong with my chair, it's broken. Well, what's happening is because of the constant motion of the steel or the metal and the plastic, components start to expand and don't fit quite right as they did before, and you'll hear that grinding sound. That to me is just an overheating side effect of overuse of a chair. So just stop using it for 10, 15 minutes. If it's starting to make a sound like that, definitely get out of it for 20 minutes or so and let the whole thing cool off. But you may not even hear anything. I did a video on this and before, and I talked about this, and someone said, well, I use mine for hours on end and it doesn't make any grinding sound. Okay, it may not make a grinding sound, but I'll tell you it's wearing the components down because there's an increase in heat and friction and expansion in the massage chair, whether it's the roller mechanism, whether it's the hydraulics, whatever. There's going to be some overuse, just like you. If you work at a desk and you have this is called overuse syndrome, when you use your hands all day and you're typing on a keyboard. That's from my chiropractic days. Or if you're doing a job shoveling and it's a repetitive stress syndrome on your back, your chair gets repetitive stress syndrome too, or overuse syndrome, and it needs a rest, just like we do, even though it seems to be a little bit more durable over time. But anyways, those are my tips for maintenance of your chair. If you have any questions about that, feel free to call us. You can reach us at 888-259-5380, and we can answer other questions if you have a concern about your chair. But anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please feel free to thumbs up, like us on our YouTube channel, and of course, help us spread the word about massage chairs on your various social media platforms. Also know that we sell these chairs on our website. You can go there at massagechairrelief.com and learn about the chairs, the prices, all the features of every model that we carry. Anyways, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and I'll see you again on the next video. Bye-bye.